Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions. Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
I'm just the housekeeper, but Mr. Cashin was a dear friend. Each morning I bring him his coffee. Today his door was locked shut. My husband is the caretaker. We live downstairs. We have the keys to all the apartments, so after knocking, I became concerned and let myself in and found him like this. The lights weren't working. My husband didn't want to waste any candles, so we retired early. Mr. Cashin was a respected music critic, a very accomplished man.
Get out of here!
I should go back and ask about this. Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Gone just like that, eh? He lived right next door and often came home from his concerts a bit drunk and singing at the top of his lungs. Drove my wife near crazy. I was down in the cellar fiddling with my experiments. Cashin had an eye for the ladies, no question. I was a bit jealous of him, frankly. That belongs to Mr. Golden. He's an awfully nice chap. We let him use our apartment during the day when my wife and I are out tending our shop. He likes to rehearse here where the light's better. I'm an amateur chemist. Henman let me set up a few experiments in the cellar.
There's no need for that.
Mr. Cashin is dead? I just saw him yesterday. He looked in the peak of health. If you ask me, he paid a bit too much attention to the caretaker's wife. Scandalous, really. They must have seen each other nearly every day. Last night, I was knitting in that chair. Then I felt quite sickly and opened the window to clear my head. I certainly didn't hear anything. When the lights quit working yesterday, that sweet Mr. Golden handed out candles to everyone. He's such a nice man.
Knock the lady down!
It's true. I loved him. He was the best. It's true. I loved him. He was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
I work very late. So did he. I only met him once or twice in the 2 years I've been living here. I was out giving a benefit recital for unemployed musicians. Several dozen people can attest to my whereabouts. I use them to create an ambience when I hold private recitals.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect. Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions. I should return and find out about this.
Mr. Cashin's dead. Difficult to believe. He led a quiet life. Out at concerts most nights. Shut up in his room writing the rest of the time. He must have been a lonely man. My wife felt sorry for him and helped him as often as she could. I'm in charge of the running and upkeep of the whole building, so I can get dirty now and then. I was just doing some work in the basement. I forgot to put it away after I fixed Mr. Golden's music stand yesterday morning. I left it there, and he came to give it back. The gas quit working yesterday. I don't know enough to fix such things safely myself. A man from the company is going to come by tomorrow.
Ah, yes, be careful with that. It can be dangerous. It reacts badly with heat.
He destroyed an entire orchestra. All those musicians put out of work. A rancorous old man who had no talent or creativity of his own.
I suspect there was more to that mystery than meets the eye. I'm going to look into it.
Off to the click with you!
Where's your pet?
Mr. Joy, here's your sister. Still in the running, I hope. It's your desk. It's an escort. Here's your mate. You won't find better. Yeah, what about you? I saw that. Tonight. This is all a dreadful misunderstanding.
Watch it, you!
Here's an especially exciting one. Perfect for a penny dreadful.
A famous professor dies twice.
That's once more than usual. Twice as many sales. My name will soon be known across the nation.
It's so very awful. The professor died of an heart attack just days ago. Then tonight, I hear pounding at the door. I open it to find him bleeding and in pain. He tried to say something, then collapsed dead. Again. He kept repeating, Bar Queso, over and over. What does it mean?
It's unthinkable. Such a great man. We were still in mourning from the burial. He was buried yesterday in the family plot.
I should return and find out about this. Well now, I didn't ask about this. Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Spider? Let's get that out of here. Emmett is definitely afraid of spiders. He got that a few days ago. Inside was a statue. I thought it was a marvel, but he told me it was quite common. I don't know who sent it.
My father was an eminent anthropologist and something of an explorer. He made his name by investigating the practices of a small village in the Congo. His colleagues at the university often sent him trinkets from abroad. This is no time to talk about the will. It is true that my father and my fiancée didn't get on, but I'm confident that once he got to know her as a daughter-in-law, they would have become friends.
I should go back and ask about what I've heard. wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
He showed up again. First time that's happened in 35 years of grave digging. It's plain that 7 guineas is a lot for a bloke like me. I'm careful with me pennies and save for a rainy day. I saw the sun lock the tomb myself.
A lovely man, and quite wealthy. I only wish he had lived to bless my alliance with his son. I hoped you wouldn't find that. I'm afraid several of the faculty purchase cadavers for research purposes. It's a fact of university life. I'm sorry to hear about that. Do you know whether that change was actually made? Yes, that's mine. I misplaced a similar one, possibly at the funeral. I was so upset.
I should go back and ask about this.
An eminent colleague. He wrote prolifically. Probably no one will ever amass the amount of knowledge he acquired. My thesis subject. My South American colleagues tell me that this particular arachnid is only found in the Bolivian Andes. Fascinating subject.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
The anthropological sciences have lost a great mind. He revolutionized the field. It is my fond hope that I may inherit his mantle. I recently traveled to Africa in order to continue studies on the indigenous tribe Professor Bing discovered some time ago.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
Which one is that? Sorry, difficult to read. I've lost my spectacles somewhere.
I'm most vexed about that. A rare specimen of the sort I've been studying for years. It escaped a few days ago, no doubt due to that scatterbrained assistant Virginia.
Get him.
Body snatching? That's an insult. I'd be in the slammer quick as that if I got caught. So I sell a body or two on the side. A man's got to eat, ain't he? I broke the lock and left him on a barrow just behind his tomb. It was dark, couldn't really see. But some fella come by and carted the old professor off. It's muddy back there. You can likely still see the tracks.
Curious. I wonder what that's about.
required his knowledge in order to become the greatest anthropologist in the British Empire. And his beloved tribe of savages provided the method.
That Professor Silas was particularly cunning and gruesome. Mr. Raymond will be thrilled.